Hello everyone, my name is Dominic, and you're watching The Comic Book Report, where we review comic books and graphic novels so you can get an idea of what to read. Today I'll be doing an unboxing video for the new 2021 reprinting of The Amazing Spider-Man by David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane Omnibus. Stick around and check it out. Alright, and here's the big box here. I got my copy from cheapgraphicnovels.com. This is my second purchase through them. I bought the Roger Stern Spider-Man Omnibus through them. Really appreciated the pricing and the quality of the shipping, so I decided to give them another shot. And as I'm starting to liberate the book now, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. Oh, and she is a beauty. Check out the cover art on this. And some under the dust jacket art. This is a beautiful surprise. Look at how good this looks. You can take a good look at the spine here as well as the back cover. Just stunning artwork. Okay, overall really satisfied with the quality of the book, and it looks like it was shipped perfectly. I'm very happy with it. Gonna go ahead and do those new omnibus spine stretch exercises here. I've seen some people do this online. I don't know if it helps, maybe, but why risk it, right? And here we are, the 2021 new printing of The Amazing Spider-Man by David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane Omnibus. Right away, I should note I did get the variant cover edition. I'll go ahead and show you a picture of the standard cover, which is also very nice. Now let's go ahead and take a quick look at the back cover. This omnibus collects The Amazing Spider-Man issues 296 through 329, as well as material from the Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 10. And you can see all the covers here on the back. Just beautiful. I love when they do this. Fun fact about myself, I did own an earlier printing of this exact omnibus, and I treasured it. I loved it so much, but I ended up having to sell it at one point, I think, to make money for rent. This was during the few years I took off from collecting comics, but you know, when I got back in recently, this was one of the ones I regretted selling the most. So when I heard that they were going to do a brand new printing of it, and I saw a great deal, I had to jump on it. And this edition is even more beautiful than the last one I had. It's a little thinner, not for lack of content, but I think the paper stock is a little thinner. And last time I did have the standard cover, so it is fun to see a little bit of a different face at the front of this. Now, those unfamiliar with this run of the comics might be asking, what made you buy this book 2 separate times? Well, let me answer that for you. There are 3 main reasons I bought this omnibus again. The first being, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. He's one of my all-time favorite superheroes. Number 2, while I like David Michelinie's writing in this, frankly, I bought this book for the art. Todd McFarlane is probably the best 90s artist I have ever seen. I really love watching what he did with Spider-Man. This is the introduction to the spaghetti-style webbing and the ultra close-ups and some of the most dynamic Spider-Man shots that had ever been created up until this point. He changed the way Spider-Man comics would be done to this day. And the third reason I bought this omnibus again, because when people think about this omnibus, they think of the birth of Venom. I know I'm not alone in saying Venom is one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man villains/anti-heroes ever. And since this omnibus collects issue 300 of The Amazing Spider-Man, we get to see the first Venom issue. For those unfamiliar with the character, basically, Peter Parker got an alien costume from a crossover event called Secret Wars. This costume was black and white and could mold and shapeshift to look like clothes. Fast forward quite a bit, they realized that the costume was actually an alien symbiote, a living sentient organism that was trying to permanently bond with Spider-Man. Well, after realizing this, he gets it off of him and gets rid of the symbiote and adopts a cloth version of that black and white suit. Well, we find out in issue 300 that the symbiote made its way onto rival journalist Eddie Brock, who hated Peter Parker just as much as the symbiote did. They bonded together and created the supervillain Venom, a terrifyingly bulky and skewed version of Spider-Man that, terrifyingly enough, does not activate Spider-Man's Spidey sense. In addition to the first few Venom stories, this omnibus has a good handful of other issues that are worth commenting on. One of them being the Goblin Wars, where the Green Goblin fights the Hobgoblin. I mean, seriously, how can you ask for anything more than that? Just some great stories in here. We've got an issue with Mysterio, one of my personal favorites. And we even have the Chameleon show back up. It's always interesting when he comes back around. One of the earliest Spider-Man villains. Wow. Honestly, just being able to flip through this omnibus again, guys, I can't tell you how happy it makes me to see some of these issues again. I can't wait to dive in and reread all my old favorites. One of the last kind of broader topics I want to bring up when I'm talking about this omnibus and this run specifically, in addition to some beautiful artwork, some great writing, and just some wonderful villains coming back and showing up for the first time, as I've previously mentioned, is just that we get to see Peter Parker and Mary Jane towards the beginning of their journey as a married couple. This is such a specific time in Spider-Man's history. And for me, it's yet another reason why this omnibus is just a must-have. I know there's a lot more I could say about this 856-page omnibus collection, but maybe I'll save that for a full review sometime in the future. If you do feel like that's something you could be interested in, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I sincerely hope you're enjoying my unboxing video. As for me, I know I could look through Todd McFarlane's artwork for hours. And even doing this, like I said, it's just bringing back memories and nostalgia I have with some of these issues. I mean, just look at what this man can do. There'll never be another Spider-Man artist like Todd McFarlane was during his tenure with Spider-Man. For my money, this is such a spectacular collection. I am so happy I got another copy of this book, guys. All I can say, from someone who's had an older printing and this printing, this is a beautiful new re-release, and I highly recommend it for those interested. Take a look here as well. We get some bonus essays, as well as some other covers and some other special features at the back of this book. Well done, Marvel. And that's going to do it for The Amazing Spider-Man by David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane Omnibus unboxing. This has been The Comic Book Report. We do new comic book reviews every Wednesday, as well as fun videos like this from time to time. If you'd like more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, or you can watch some of my other videos. Until next time, have a great week.